Good morning, Gail. Jai Baba, everyone, for our another beautiful session of Baba Nam Jap and the Seven Realities meditation. Hey, Michelle, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Good morning, Seppi.
Yeah, good morning, Roshni.
So, how is everyone doing on this beautiful Sunday morning, afternoon, evening?
Okay.
So, any sharings of any of our realities, any quote of Baba, anything that has been very prominent in the last week with any of you?
I can share. Good morning,
Yes,
everybody.
Cindy.
Morning.
Um, it's been an incredible week of transformation and energy. But what would pull me off with a quote from Baba that I don't have it in front of me, but it's like, do not waste your precious lifespan judging your fellow man, um, or something like that, but learn to long for the love of God. So when I get into that, I was thinking about like love doesn't judge, light doesn't judge the dark, it just shines. Love doesn't force or coerce, it just radiates and it eventually, brings it back in. So that's what I have been um, experiencing this week, is that when I get pulled off into mental judgment and comparison, how that diminishes the flow of energy in me. And as I'm reestablishing or realigning myself at another level with Baba's presence deep within me, like the dill, the heart of God within me, my level of happiness and intuition is skyrocketing.
Oh, wonderful. Jai Baba.
Baba, thank you.
That's so beautiful. I felt this entire year, in fact, it was almost like Baba is working overtime with all that he needed to do with 8 billion monkeys on the planet. And so much of hard work through this process. And prayers and blessings for the families who have lost their loved ones, but with that solace that they all are with Baba, and sure enough that Baba has a plan and has been taking care of them as well. So every day to add that little prayer for the entire world, and whether they know of Baba, they don't know of Baba, Baba exists and Baba is doing his work. So to just entrust Baba with some more homework and say, please take care of your entire planet and all of us, and everyone who is saddened, everyone who is in any kind of lower emotion, may they be uplifted with his love, and may Baba's Nazar take care of everyone. And that addition of this prayer is so, so powerful, because it goes beyond asking for ourselves or our loved ones or our family, and to believe that those who are gone as well, Baba, so many times, supposing God forbid an accident happens, floods happen, something happens, the first thing is, oh, thank God my friends are safe, thank God my family is safe. But it is not like God wasn't with the ones who went away. God was with them as well, Baba was with them as well. and to bring that fact or that truth in our prayers or in our thinking has, is a drastic difference from having the convenient thinking of where Baba is and where Baba is not. And that kind of puts us into what I term it as convenient faith. you know when everything is fine, then God is great, and when everything is wrong, I don't know why God did this to me, so I don't think God exists. So these are the times. It was like every time earlier in my life when I had a possible scrub from God, and had a fall, had an accident, had some illness, I would always laugh it out, and I would be, oh, this once a year something has to happen to tell me who are my real friends, who are standing by me. And it was like some period of calibrating of what kind of people you're surrounded with. And I would only take it in that way, and that's tried, and it just helped to thank God. Oh, thank you, God, for showing me the true colors of everyone, kind of a thing. But moving on with it and not feeling who's meant to be is there, and who's not meant to be will not be there. And this entire year has taught that deeply of how we take for granted so many things in our life, people, resources, and everything that is, with this breathing I started doing it more actively since the last 2 years or so. And it just made me feel how we take breath for granted. Unless we are doing deep breathing and knowing, oh, this is breathing, we don't know what the breath is doing every moment, every nanosecond, and how it is fueling us. So it just, I think this year opened up our eyes to cherish our loved ones, to cherish every single dime of a thing that Baba is gifting us with. And so truly be grateful for being fortunate to be in his fold, that we can be held. Otherwise, I think, you know, people would more be leaving this earth through depression rather than COVID, if Baba's love would not be holding us so strong with all that one years every day. Yes, Michelle, please share.
So I had a kind of a funny, it's not funny, but so my son, he's brilliant. He's very smart. He is dyslexic. So he struggles in school. And he reasons himself out of why he doesn't have to do the schoolwork. And it's a real struggle because he has 3 classes that he needs to pull up the grades in 2 weeks, like that. And I'm talking to Baba, and I'm not one to say, oh, Baba said this to me, Baba said that to me, but I'm talking to him and asking him, and I'm looking at Mara's picture and asking her to tell Baba to help Aaron so he gets it together. And no, he's not drinking, he's not doing any drugs. And I hear this inner voice that Baba's saying to me, can you imagine just imagine how my mother felt. Just imagine how my mother felt. And just acknowledging that, he does have I do see he has his own path and he has to make his own mistakes and figure it out. And I'm like, why can't he just be one of those good students? Why just can't you just, and it's not that, and all his friends think he's a great student because he answers all the questions and he participates in class. But putting the work on paper and getting that grade, he could care less. Although he did say to me that he's pulling them up to C's, and I believe him. I'll see. And I saw him doing 3 hours of homework yesterday on Saturday. So we'll see. But I just thought it was very, just the Baba's going, oh, well, imagine how my mother felt. It's like, yeah, but my son is not the avatar and he needs to make his way in the world.
True, true,
He's
true.
17, Jai Baba.
So beautiful. Jai
But
Baba. Jai Baba. I had these thoughts yesterday because I was remembering the play while Joe was there on the East West gathering, sharing yesterday. and it brought about. And these thoughts, similar, Michelle, crossed my mind, but from the other end, that my God, like, it seems so, we are reading it, but what could she have really gone through actually? Today you have a little special child, or you have something, and you see how parents are perturbed, and how anxious they are of the child to fit into the world. And poor Shirin Mai, she knew nothing. And how did she handle, and what was actually going on in her, inside of her, and only Baba would know that, and her.
Yeah, it's
And
very true. Aaron is a brilliant violinist. And since they
wow.
haven't been in school, he's not going to orchestra every day and playing, and he could care less right now. And it's so sad because he's played for since he was 5, and he
Wow.
plays on a very high level, and his tone is so gorgeous, and he just doesn't care about it. It's so
Wow.
sad. It's like, where did I fail?
Oh,
That's
no,
what
you
I
haven't.
think. I
And can
know.
we hear him? Can we listen to
No,
him play
that's the
someday for
point.
us?
That's the point. He doesn't want to play for anybody.
Ah,
Oh, you
oh,
pushed me,
okay.
mom, you did this,
I'm
that.
sure.
And it's like, why?
I'm sure at the right time, Baba will make him play for the
Oh,
world.
And if I could just share, having 4 grown children, and the situation with them is very precarious right now. And the overriding theme is how I judge them for not conforming to like societal standards of success, and like, or push them as a mom would do, or would feel badly when they didn't do what everyone else was doing. And now, I mean, I'm 56, my youngest is 19, my oldest is 28. And I just sit back and I say, where was I? I'm just sharing with you, Michelle, just my
no,
experience.
no, no, I appreciate it.
Where was
But
I judging them from the standards of duality and not letting them have their journey? And people, the stories of the lives of saints or of really amazing people rarely start with they did everything right, and their whole entire childhood, and to find the ability to live life on this day and age from the level of your soul does require, I think, a bit of dissolving that automatic bowing to the what societal and parental norms are of what's good, because it's all duality. Piano is duality, math is duality, it's all
yeah,
duality. and
absolutely.
and it's hard though. And if I had to do it over again, I mean, I was better with my last 2 children. I would have just been like, that's between you and God, not me. I'll say how I feel in reference to this, and acknowledge that that's my personality, not my soul speaking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm 2 years older than you, and I have 3 stepkids. And so before having Aaron, Jonah was 9 when I met Marv, and he was 21 when Aaron was born. 21? 22. Yeah, he had just turned 22. So we had a long time. I had a long time as a stepmom, and then I have this, Baba entrusts this child to me, and I do see that, the path is his, and of course, non-conforming to society has been my life on so many levels. I'm an artist. I own my own
Beautiful.
business, and Baba, yeah,
Great.
Jai Baba.
Great.
It's
Jai
is
Baba.
a beautiful
Beautiful.
thing.
So let's start our beautiful session with, we will first begin with Baba's Nam Jap 21 times. We will just say Meher Baba, Meher Baba. After that, we will do the Baba breathing 7 times with Ba and Ba. And then we will move into the meditation. After the meditation, I will read 1 page of Discourses and 1 page from the book Meditation. So, Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. Please close your eyes, sit in a comfortable position, put your headphones on, keep some water next to you so that you don't have to get up and move away. And we shall begin now. Get comfortable and do some quiet breathing in your inner silence. Relax your entire body and allow all external thoughts to slow down and subsequently leave you. We shall begin with the Baba Nam Jap, which is the repetition of Baba's name 21 times. Meher Baba, 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 breaths. And now we shall to breathe Baba's name in and out with 7 inhales and exhales. With every inhale, we will say Ba in your mind. With every exhale, say Ba. Inhale Ba. Exhale 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 Ba. Stay in your inner silence, the inner calmness, as we move on to the meditation. Do not open your eyes or break your energetic connection. Take your mind's eye and focus to your center of the chest area, to your heart center. Imagine Baba's face right there. Keep your focus as we begin the meditation. Welcome to the daily breathing meditation based on the 7 realities by Avatar Meher Baba. In our fast paced lives, this meditation will help us in a short span of time to infuse the power of God's love, helping us to live the 7 realities in everyday life. You shall now sit in a relaxed position. Be comfortable. You may sit cross-legged. Put your feet on the ground, sitting on a chair, or lie down. And as you sit in this comfortable position, bring your hands into the Chin Mudra or the Gyan Mudra. Touching the pad of your thumb to the tip of your index finger. Keep both the hands rested on your knees over the lap. Or a little away from the knees on your thighs. Whichever is comfortable for you. We will first begin with relaxing right from the head to your toes. Loosen up your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your back, your chest, your stomach, your legs, feet, and your toes. And every part, cell of your mind, body, and spirit be completely relaxed in God's love. We will now take 7 deep breaths with the word Baba. With every inhale, you will say in your mind, Ba, and with every exhale, you will say, Ba. Take a deep breath, inhale, Ba. Exhale, Ba. 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 And as you take these deep exhales, we will now move on to imprinting each of the realities in each of the energy centers, our chakras. You will take your mind's eye and focus first to the bottom of your spinal area. To the root chakra, and imagine a red ball of light. And as you imagine this, repeat after me. I imprint real existence in the root chakra. Take a deep breath as we move on to the next chakra. You will now imagine an orange ball of light 3 fingers below your navel area, which is your sacral chakra. And repeat after me. I imprint real love in the sacral chakra. Take a deep cleansing breath. Every breath you take, keep inhaling and exhaling with the word Ba, Ba. We now move on to the third reality. Take your mind's eye or focus to the center of your upper abdominal area, just below the rib cage, and imagine a golden yellow ball of light. And repeat after me. I imprint real sacrifice in the solar plexus chakra. Take a deep cleansing breath. As we move on to the fourth reality, imagine and take your mind's eye to the center of your chest area and see an emerald green ball of light rotating there. Repeat after me. I imprint real renunciation in the heart chakra. Take a deep cleansing breath. As we move to the fifth reality, take your mind's eye and intention to the center of your lower throat area and imagine a light blue ball of light rotating there. Repeat after me. I imprint real knowledge in the throat chakra. Take a deep breath as we move to the sixth reality. Shift your mind's eye to the center of your forehead area above the eyebrows and imagine an indigo blue ball of light, which is the third eye chakra. Repeat after me. I imprint real control in the third eye chakra. And as you do that, take another deep breath with Ba, Ba. As we move to the seventh reality, take your mind's eye and intention to the center of the top area in your head and imagine a royal purple ball of light rotating there, which is your crown chakra. And repeat after me. I imprint real surrender in the crown chakra. And as you take a deep breath with this seventh reality, bring your mind's eye or focus back to the root chakra and imagine the red ball of light. We shall now progressively move upwards with each chakra and inhale and exhale Baba's name into it to seal the imprints of all the seven realities into your being. Imagine the root chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Imagine the sacral chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Move to the solar plexus chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Move to the heart chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Move to the throat chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Move to the third eye chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. Move to the crown chakra. Inhale Ba. Exhale Ba. And as you complete the inhale and exhale with each chakra and each reality, imagine all the chakras and the seven realities aligned in one single line along your spinal area, from the root to the crown chakra, from the red, orange, golden yellow, emerald green, light blue, indigo blue, to the royal purple, all aligned on top of each other, vibrating at their highest intensity and vibrations. And as all of them get aligned, all the beautiful seven colors of the energy centers converge to become a white beam of shining light, vibrating and throbbing through your spinal area. As you seal into your entire consciousness and every layer of this consciousness and your being with the seven realities, feel yourself now filled with this shimmering white light in your entire body. May every nook and corner of your mind, body and spirit be infused with Baba's love, with God's will, mercy, compassion and forgiveness. May all that is of the least intensity of God be released and transmuted into His love and light forever and ever. And as this complete sealing of all the seven realities takes place through your being, you shall now radiate this love, this compassion, this wisdom of all the seven realities into your daily life, to put them into practice, into your living space. May Baba's love assist you through this path to love and live God in everyday life, to live His words and make these words the precept of our lives, to be a shining example of God's love in all that you think, speak, and do. In His love and light, love and light, love and light, we thank Baba and all His divine forces of love for facilitating this process. I thank your soul for participating. You shall slowly, at the count of 10, do as instructed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your palms next to each other and rub them to create significant warmth between them. And put them onto your eyes and feel that warmth permeating you entirely. Slowly move your palms away and slightly shake them on the sides to release any residual energies of any toxins and anything that is unserving and the least intensity of God. May it all be released into His love and light forever and ever. And on 1, you shall slowly open your eyes. This is Roshni Shanaz in Baba's love and light. Jai Baba to all of you. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Jai Meher Baba, everyone. You may take some few moments to come back into this space where you are seated. I shall read the page from Discourses. This became known as Mehrabad. Here he instituted a number of pilot plant projects such as a free hospital and dispensary, shelters for the poor, and a free school where spiritual training was stressed. In the school, no caste lines were observed, as the high and the low mingled in common fellowship forged by love of the Master. To all, Baba offered regular instruction in moral discipline, love for God, spiritual understanding, and selfless service. All these activities moved at high speed despite Baba's silence, which he announced with little advance warning and commenced on July 10, 1925. At first, he communicated by pointing to letters on an alphabet board, but in 1954 he gave up even this device. He now converses through his own unique shorthand system of representative gestures. Both Discourses and God Speaks, however, were dictated on the alphabet board. During the early 1930s, Baba's travels began to reach into Europe and then onto America, contacting literally thousands on both continents. His name rapidly became known to those deeply and sincerely interested in the spiritual disciplines. Some of these he selected into small groups, arranging for them to come later to India. Their visits ranged generally from weeks to years. But before and during World War II, all but a small handful were sent back to their homes. After the war, his own travels resumed, but visits of Westerners to India were now normally individual and brief. An exception was the great East West gathering of November 1962. Thousands of his devotees from all over the world converged on Pune by ship, plane, and special trains. For almost a week, Baba gave unsting- unstintingly of himself in mass darshans, group meetings, and personal interviews. This is the second page of the introduction. I will also read one page from the book Meditation by Noshirwan Anzar. Copyright of this book is with Beloved Archives. First, Introduction by Noshirwan Anzar. In 2009, while researching the words of Meher Baba at the Rare Book and Manuscript Library of Columbia University, I came across a manuscript titled Fragments from the Spiritual Talks by Sri Meher Baba. These talks are discourses that Meher Baba dictated in silence using an alphabet board to Eastern and Western disciples in the 1930s. It was in particular the discourse titled Meditation that gave me insight into the profound dimensions of spiritual meditation, and more importantly, its purpose and goal. What is meditation? For thousands of years, human beings have practiced various forms of mental focusing out of a longing to experience peace and tranquility, to increase the clarity of thoughts, the processes, and to find a way to live amid the vagaries of life with a sense of harmony. For seekers of truth, meditation has been the primary way to attain spiritual knowledge or enlightenment. In modern times, a few types of meditation have gained a worldwide following amongst people who seek relief from stress in a secular context. By contrast, Meher Baba's view is firm and definitive in the primacy given to spiritual advancement. Jai Meher Baba. So we open the floor to any sharings and insights and would encourage all the silent ones to share as well. So who would like to go first? Anyone who would like to take the initiative to share? Yes, Noreen.
So before we started the meditation, I was going to read a quote. So could I read that quote now?
Please. Sure.
Whatever life holds for you is an act imparted by me in my production of the universe. And you can act best if you are happy in my will. Don't worry, all will be well.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes. Everything is his direction and production. Yes, so who else would like to share? Sanobar, Geeta ji, Rati auntie, Gail, and we have Marvin who joined us today. Yes, Seppi.
Sorry, I was just seeing how many other people were there, but I did have a small thing to share in the meditation at the very end when we connect all the balls of light. I don't know whether any of you have had, I don't know, they still sell them, I think, but these spirals where you put there's a crystal ball and it spins and it looks like the ball's going up and down. That's what it felt like to me at the end. And of course, the crystal ball is of a sort of white color, a clear color. And so that's all the rainbow colors coming into that. And it was just a lovely image.
Lovely. Thank you, Seppi. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Yes, anyone else? Anything that you would like to talk on the page of discourses that we read or the page in meditation that we read?
Hi, everyone. First, I want to say that the meditation this morning was, sometimes I struggle to stay awake, or I'm having body pain, or, some sort of distraction. And this morning felt like I was in the eternal now, that it was just a moment. I was conscious for it all. And just the fluidity was remarkable. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm at my apartment. I'm mostly coming from the Jersey Shore because I have a shore house, but I'm at my apartment today for this. And I'm in my office space, and I'm like, well, because I have so many Baba books here and I just cart them back and forth. I'm like, what book do I want to bring down? And I looked over at the meditation book that you just looked at right before you picked that up. I just looked over. I'm like, oh, I think I'll bring that. And which I have read, and I love those practices. And there's one meditation that I've been doing for a while from Baba, that it is, God is my beloved, I am his lover, I want union, my beloved Lord. And then repeating that, and then repeating Baba's name, and then just going into that. And what I love about that one is that it helps with my wants, because it doesn't say I long for union or I need union. It's like I want union. And so and also in the meditations this morning that you were leading via technology, that shifting focus from any of my wants to just wanting the love of God, which is no task for the faint-hearted or weak, that to let go of attachments to children, person, places, things, all those identities it's terrifying to the ego. And then, but just like butter to the whole self. So that's what I want to share this morning. Thank you, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Beautiful. Thank you, Cindy. Lovely. These shares help so much and gives each of us, it gives me so much of hope and, enthusiasm to grow in Baba's love more and more. That yes, it's almost like a child. I can do it. Yes, we can do it. And each day is going to be better with and his love, Lovely. Pinakshi, Geeta ji, anyone else would like to share? Gail, Rati auntie, Michelle, Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Benakshi. Yeah.
Yes.
So a
Prayers for
problem
your
that I,
uncle's soul.
yeah, Jai Baba. Uh,
Shiva.
Roshni, a problem that I have is that we're supposed to have our eyes closed, and those beautiful pictures of Baba, I can't keep my eyes closed. They're just so compelling. So, I don't know what solution there is for
That's
that.
that's that's fine actually. So in this book Meditation, further on as we read, there is this part on the structural format of meditations kind of a thing, and this part will also come of why eyes closed, though there is something called open-eyed meditations as well.
Oh, good.
And open-eyed meditations are they take on where you already have a certain level of mindfulness. So closing of the eyes is due to cutting away the distractions of the ego mind, and the jumping around of the mind around with things that are there. Therefore the aspect of darkness, or the aspect of getting down from the bright light, so that our line of vision gets subdued kind of a thing. But after say a lot of practice and things like that, open eyed meditations are very very powerful, because you have aligned with that internal focus so much that you will only and only be dotted. That is when people say, okay, look at the flame. But when you are not aligned, even looking at that flame, the mind will keep diverting, and besides the flame, the eyes will catch something else that's fallen off the sofa or the table, or things like that. So yes, it's absolutely fine as long as you are linked and you're watching Baba's picture, and the connection of what you're doing is there. Great enough. You can stay within that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Yes.
you, Noreen, on that one. But I think there's that should have, would have, could. I just think I love looking at his face when I'm meditating. Sometimes I'm doing walking meditations. Sometimes I'm in the garden, and I like to have my eyes open, and it just works for me sometimes. And so today I sat up, but sometimes I lie down. It all just depends on how I feel guided in that moment. I think Roshni would agree there are no rights or wrongs, are there really?
Yes, absolutely. And we have shared that there is no right and wrong, within the spiritual growth. It's just unique and it's different to each one of us. That's it.
Thanks.
The only right or wrong is within us. So if I'm not connecting, and if my mind is scattered all over, then the voice is just going on. It doesn't mean anything any which ways.
Mhm.
And if my mind and my heart is all with Baba, and I'm focusing to just do what is to be done and concentrating on him, then it is right. So for me, that is the only right and wrong. Otherwise, everything is unique to each of us, and it is completely subjective. And even in this, of the lying down, so when we read this book Meditation, even this part will come, where Baba talks about how it's important, and this I always felt right in the beginning of my spiritual work as well, that it is important to be comfortable. This whole jazz about you have to sit straight and you have to do like this, but if my back is paining, my focus is over there, then what is the use of sitting erect and sitting this and or that? So it is not the rigidity of that, but the comfort of being straight. There is an energetic reason, because energy flows, and if we are sitting slouching or like this, then the energy is also moving in a question mark direction while you're doing the meditation. Or as Baba says, you are sleeping, then sleep inducing positions, as Baba puts it, should not be used, because if you think you're going to fall asleep, then don't utilize that. But if you think that yes, you can be as focused and aware, then great enough. If sleeping is more comfortable, then do sleep. So it is totally subjective, but within the and I feel these kind of any kind of meditation or disciplinary aspect, it is nothing new, because our natural state of being knows about it. We are reprogramming the mind to do something that it has forgotten or not known. is what I felt through my journey. That my inner spirit knows it, but because, so it seems almost like an exaggerated practice to kind of reprogram a habit and doing it a different way, so that now you know that this is the way. So I almost feel, when I start doing anything, that it is kind of a reminder practice rather than bringing anything new from outside to inside. It is just clearing the unnecessary and the garbage and the debris from inside, so that my true, self of God's love and His being within me can shine through. And we often feel that meditation is bringing something from outside and putting inside, but that is not so. So I feel any kind of exaggerated practice is required for our mind to switch from the old ways to a new format, a new way of being. And therefore, the disciplinary aspects of sitting in a certain position or doing a mudra, because again the mudra is helping as well, because the energy is having its reflux from the point of the meridians. So the mudra is helping the energy flow as well while the meditation is happening. So it is all kind of working in tandem, hand in glove with each other. And if in Discourses also, as we read through, there's a large chapter on meditation. And the book Meditation is of things that have not been there in Discourses, most of them. And these writings were found in this university many, many years later. So, yes. Anything else? Any insights that anybody would like to share? Seppi, you want to say? Yes, please.
Yeah, there was something else I wanted to share, but while you were talking, I've worked with children with meditation, my own children and sometimes other children, and they're just naturals, even from very young. They just get it. And that's what you were saying, you're like going back to it. But what I wanted to bring up, I don't know whether it's off subject, that's the only thing. Something that's been going around in my mind this week is laughter with Baba. I laugh a lot with Baba, and I just wanted to know about other people. Silly little things, big things. I have a story, but I'll tell that another day. But to that, because that's a longer story. But just as like the other night, I have this picture that's here, and when I go to bed, I put my lips, my fingers to my lips and to him, and kiss and say good night, night, Baba, darling. So the other night I just went, night, Baba, darling, night, night, sleep tight. And then I thought, what am I? And then suddenly I just couldn't stop laughing. So now that's become a little joke. I go, night, night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. I just see things. But there are other bigger things that have happened that just, he cracks me up. And I just would love to hear other people's stories about laughter with Baba.
Oh, yes. Sure, please share if anybody. I have tons of them as well, and yes, it just, and I always, in fact, the other day also I was messaging Angela about something, and I say, Baba's humor never fails to amaze me, and it just plonks at the most unexpected times and ways. So yes, would love to hear anyone else who would want to share on Baba's humor. I'm searching for a picture that I would share. Till
I
then,
just
somebody else could.
I just feel like he's laughing at us often when we ask for something or we do something, and he's like finding us stumbling and just going, "Oh, that's why that is. Ha ha, the joke's on me." It's like that. What is that Bee Gees song? I started a joke. It's, I always feel like that's Baba's song.
He often asked for jokes to be told in his presence. He really liked jokes and humor. He wasn't like very serious all the time. And
True. Yes, stories, jokes. He would ask all the mandli to share as well. And I think creating us was the biggest part of his humor.
I'd like to share, Seppi, that first of all, your story just delighted me, and I laughed with Baba, you sharing that, sleep tight, darling, and don't let the bed bugs bite. And the other night, my sister and I just watched all of New Girl, the sitcom. That's what we do at night together, she and I. It took 3 months, and we just find that show delightful and everyone in it. And when it was done, one night, I had a hot flash. I was standing outside the door, in the door in the family room, as I do, to cool myself off. And she was saying, but I don't think we ever saw the doorway to Winston's room. And we had about a 20-minute conversation trying to figure out whether in a sitcom that's been done for years, whether they ever showed a doorway to one of the characters' bedrooms. And I just said, oh, Baba, look what's become of us. I mean, I'm outside half naked trying to, cool myself off. And we're having a serious scholarly discussion about a sitcom and whether we saw a doorway, very serious. And I just had to laugh out loud at just like, this is, us on a pandemic and how serious we got about that. And I think that's the finest use of mental power as anything really these days. And we just laughed in a way that we hadn't laughed in, my sister and I, in quite a very long time. And it was delightful. I think that was all Baba inspired.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah.
My son was really serious the other day and getting quite serious. So suddenly I haven't really been trained in it, but I started doing a sort of laughing yoga. And of course, we both got hysterical because once you start doing the fake laughing, then suddenly you're all laughing. And I just feel it uses all your muscles as well, but that laughter is a great healer as well.
So the other day, I was watching a series on Netflix, and I was talking in my head to Baba about something and asking about something. And suddenly on the screen, I just see like his face popped out from whatever the scene was going on. And I just paused over there, and I could see first one face, and then within like few seconds, I could see 2 and 3 more faces of him on that screen. And and the way the scene was going, finally, when I got back to the photo that I took, it actually had a big yes written in the whole scene as well. And I was asking something to him about, and much later did I realize that that scene had exactly stopped with this big yes written all across the scene. And I'll just share a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Can you see this? I don't know. Can
Yeah.
you see the mustache?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You can, huh? No, I can't.
Yeah,
quite.
I can see it now.
I
can see it.
totally see his face.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
right.
there it is. Yeah.
And this was not actually in the but that's
No,
why.
not in the film.
And I see it
Not
on
in
the
the-
right one
And
too.
see this
with
one.
Baba's
Yes,
face.
the right one.
Oh, yes.
And I see him on the lower, below that to the.
Yes. Yes, there are about 5. There is here.
Uh-huh.
And there is one here conjoined with this one, if you see the profile.
Yeah,
over
I
here.
see it.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
And so this was a normal Netflix program
Yes,
that you were
yes.
watching.
And see this one.
And that,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's called
And
Surviving Death.
surviving what? Death? Oh.
Surviving Death. So can
Oh.
you imagine the topic?
Surviving death. Wow.
And yeah.
He's like everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he is in everywhere. He is everywhere.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
And it was literally, and I felt literally as if every time that he's saying that I am everywhere and in everything. And it is like a knock knock and a reminder, like, if you've forgotten that I'm only where you want me to be, no, I'm everywhere. So it was so stuck, and it was amusing because I had this yes or no question inside my head. And well, where is that big yes? Let me show
Yeah, I
you.
didn't
Yeah,
see the
okay.
yes.
I will show you the yes. Okay. So hold on. Okay. So
He's
can
a
you see this big
prankster.
yes?
Oh,
absolute.
wow. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Why am I not seeing?
That is,
Oh, it's
I
right
see it.
there.
Oh my
Huge.
goodness. And that
The
isn't
total
supposed to be in the
Y,
film.
and his first face that I saw was in the
Yeah,
Y.
there's
If you
Baba right
see
there.
right there up
Yeah.
here,
Wow.
that's the close up.
Oh, my goodness.
And it was like, okay, Baba, you can enjoy the Netflix series also with me.
I am to watch that just to see what it really looks like.
Did you see the pictures of when he appears in the crown in Winchester Cathedral on?
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Did
Did
you all
you
see
show
that?
those?
No, I think it was showed. I don't know how to put a picture on. I have to
Yeah,
figure.
I have seen it. I don't know who showed it though.
I think it went on a lot of. I'm on so many Baba groups. I'm sure we all are. It was on one of those Baba groups that they showed the picture of it.
Mhm.
So now I want to go to when we're allowed
Correct.
out to Winchester
Right.
Cathedral, see if I can see it when I go there.
Yes, right.
And that brings us to the first reality. So let's discuss the first reality today.
Uh-huh.
The only real existence is that of the one and only God, who is the self in every finite self, even in the Netflix series. He truly is the only real existence. And in such beautiful ways, Baba keeps reminding us that. And this reality truly has helped me in my times of hurt with people, where it is to experience or tell my own self that it is Baba who has hurt me, because Baba is inside of this person, but he is not operating out of the Baba within him. So I started to kind of put the physical ego mind person away and started to focus on Baba. That if he is the real and only existence, which is in every finite self, then he is in this person who has hurt me. And, you know, I have, what is there to forgive Baba? How can I ever forgive or not forgive Baba? And
But,
then
but
I started separating that person out, and it helped a lot. Yes, please, everyone,
that's such
open.
a beautiful way to look at it. Separate because of what has just transpired in the last 4 years, or in our country, the divisiveness and the hate and all the things that if we look at that, that's Baba, veiled,
Yes,
being
yes,
ignorant, not knowing Baba's within. But when I look at what has happened this week in particular, the shift of feeling, the weight that has been lifted now that our focus isn't on this insane disruption and distraction. I'm not saying that this administration doesn't have their own, thing they're doing that is whatever, but it just felt like this weight of fear has been lifted off of my personal being and the oppression of, I mean, I still don't know what's going to happen, but I feel more comfortable that the destruction of what needs to happen will be a more civil destruction. Or, forgive me. I don't really know, but I just felt like, oh, we have perhaps we'll come from a better place of compassion and love and caring for humanity, perhaps, and operating from that God self rather than out of pure selfishness and greed.
that's also with the prayer that, may all world authorities have the love and wisdom of Baba's love to
Mhm.
operate from, to make the right decisions, for all of us. Okay, let me stop this share. So, Michelle has a surprise chant for us today to strum. Yay! And we have 16 minutes more, so we will hear the chant and then come back to any sharing if anyone wants before we close.
Sorry. Jai Baba, Avatar Mer Baba Ki Jai. Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher.
Sorry, Michelle, there is some sound coming, like a big hum is coming. Your voice is dying out.
Huh.
Now it's fine. Now it's gone. It was coming when singing was happening.
I have original sound.
Okay, just begin again. Do the turn on original sound.
It's on.
Okay, all right. Let's begin again. Sorry. Shiva.
Jai Baba. Meher Baba. Meher Baba. Meher Baba. Meher. Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, 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 Meher, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher. Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher.
Thank you, Michelle. Gosh, thank you.
Thank you for, I'm not sure who said it. Let's look. Sanabar and Seppi. I have noticed since I've started doing the 7 realities that I first discovered it with VJ, hearing him singing. I could tell that I called it loving vibrations. They're holy vibrations. And then I talked about it last week in the RT that when I started paying attention, then I could hear it in Michelle, I could hear it in Joe, I could hear it in others. And that's drastically different for me. I hear it in the heart chakra, but I feel it. So it's palpable. And so, especially when VJ was doing it, I knew it was coming from the other side of the world, all the way. And because I've been using my earphones for this, I use my earphones for RT. And so it brings me into the love in an unprecedented way. And that would not have happened had I not been participating here. So I'm very, very, very grateful.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Baba. Thank you for, each one of us having to just experience Baba closely each day. And that's so beautiful. Michelle, this was really throbbing, not just vibrating. There was something happening right now. And yes, Anovar, please share.
Yes, this was so beautiful, Michelle. Thank you. I could feel it in my arms, in my legs, throughout my body. And it just went through me, through my DNA. I felt it in my DNA, literally, if it's possible to do that. So it was just beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. And I also had, I don't know if you're taking requests, but when they sang Hallelujah as part of the inaugural concert, it always gives me goosebumps. No matter when they sing it, it gives me goosebumps. So maybe one day, if you are able to, I'd love to hear you sing Hallelujah.
Are you meaning Leonard Cohen's?
I don't know who sang that,
Yes.
but
I didn't
I guess that's the one. Yeah.
inauguration. I didn't watch the concert. I'm going to listen to it another time. I just have been trying to limit some of my screen time. But so that version of taking Baba's name, I heard it on Debbie Nordine's been doing these singing things on Wednesday mornings. And Brad, he was in Nashville. I met him in, oh God, who's his partner? What is Brad's name? Anyway, Brad was a recording of Brad that.
Your voice, the voice is cracking, Michelle. There's some disturbance today. Something is there with the sound. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful sharing and holding this space in Baba's love. So we'll see you next Sunday at 6 p.m. IST and 7:30 a.m. EST for our lovely meditation time with Baba. Thank you so
It's
much and happy Aarti to all.
Amatithi, isn't it? Next Sunday.